All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we're getting into something really interesting, these daily battles we all face. And I'm not just talking about with the world out there, but maybe more importantly, with the world inside of us. So let's just jump right in with a quote from our source material that is, well, it's a bit of a punch in the gut, isn't it? Everyone is a headache. I mean, come on, we've all felt that, right? Stuck in traffic and a long line. But is that really the whole picture?
And that question, that's really where we're starting today. Because it flips the script, doesn't it? It stops us from pointing fingers at everyone else and kind of forces us to look in the mirror. We're going to go on a little journey here from all those external pressures we feel to, well, the internal engine that's actually driving how we react to it all. Okay, so to make this feel real, let's build a little profile based on what our source material lays out. We're talking about a very specific time in life, that 30 to 34 age range. It's that moment when your ambitions are sky high, but you're still figuring out exactly how to get there. And where does all this take place? Nairobi, Kenya. We're talking about a modern, buzzing, vibrant city. You gotta picture that energy, because it's a huge part of this whole story.
Now, this idea of moving from Eastlands to Westlands, that's not just about changing your address. No, it's way bigger than that. It's about a deep social and economic aspiration. You know the story. It's that classic drive to move up, to strive for something more, to completely change your surroundings. So what's fascinating is how the source material breaks down the people you meet along this journey. It basically says there are two kinds of people. You've got the planners. These are the folks who map out every single detail. And then you've got the hopers, the ones who kind of rely on things just working out. You've definitely met both, right? In any negotiation, any deal, you're probably facing one of these two mindsets.
In an environment like this, full of aspiration, it comes with its own unique pressures. The source says the environment is sharp, the fancy buildings, the latest tech. And so the goal becomes to look sharp. There's this intense pressure to match your surroundings. Your clothes, your phone, how you carry yourself, it all has to be on point.
So how do you even survive in a high-stakes world like that? Well, you have to get really good at filtering. You develop these super sophisticated mental filters. And this isn't just for the online world, like spotting scammy clickbait or avoiding those rage bait videos designed to get you angry. It's just as crucial, if not more so, in your everyday face-to-face social negotiations. And to bring this all down to earth, the source gives us this perfect little example. We're not talking about some high-level corporate merger. Nope, we're talking about something as simple as negotiating a bus fare. But as you'll see, there's a whole world of drama packed into that tiny moment.
Just picture this for a second. You've got four guys, and they're not just arguing over a single fare. They're strategizing. They're even planning out where to sit on the bus to get the upper hand. The goal here, it's not really about saving a little cash. It's a tiny battle for control. It's this whole social dance where the real prize is being the one who dictates the outcome.
And that right there, brings us to the absolute heart of what we're talking about today. If we're seeing these little battles for control everywhere, from a bus ride to a business deal, then what's the real force driving it all? Where does it come from? Well, the source material argues that the answer isn't out there. It's deep inside every single one of us. And here it is. Let's meet the star of the show, the ego. Now, the source defines the ego in a really specific way. This isn't just about being arrogant or cocky. Think of it more like an internal translator. It's the part of you that takes all the messy, abstract stuff like emotions, spirituality, your feelings, and tries to make sense of them using the only language it really understands, the physical world of things and concepts. And man, is this ego sensitive. Just look at this list of trigger words from the source: money, sex, poverty, shame, religion, marriage, family drama. Whoa. These aren't just topics for debate. They're emotional landmines. Each one is an area where our own sense of self-worth gets tangled up with what the outside world thinks. So what you get is this fundamental conflict, this constant tug of war. On one side, you've got your ego with all its personal feelings, its stories, its subjective view of everything. And on the other side, you've got the cold, hard facts, biology, physics, the way the world just is, whether we like it or not. And the ego is always, always trying to bend that reality to fit its own narrative. But why? Why is the ego so touchy? Why do those words set it off so easily? To really get why it reacts the way it does now in the present, we've got to go back. We have to look at how it was built in the first place.
And yeah, the source suggests that the blueprint for our ego gets drawn up way back in childhood. It kind of presents these two basic models. You have the protected child, the one who was shielded from all the tough stuff, and because of that expects the world to be a pretty caring place. Then you have the neglected child, the one who had to face hardship alone and now expects life to be a constant struggle. Now, most of us are probably a mix of the two, but those early experiences, they set our core expectations for everything that comes later.
And those blueprints, they show up later as what we might call baggage. The source gets specific here, calling out things like daddy issues or trust issues. And look, these aren't just trendy phrases. They are the real lingering echoes of that early programming, and they have a huge impact on how our ego deals with challenges as adults. Okay, so this all leads to the big one, the most important question, really. If we can see that this internal ego is the root cause of so many of our external fights, what in the world are we supposed to do about it? How do you even begin to manage such a powerful internal force?
The strategy our source offers up it's surprisingly simple, but also really profound. It's all about shifting how you engage in those daily back and forths. Step 1, stop asking those obvious testing questions. The ones designed to poke at the other person's ego. And step 2, get really good at how you respond to them. See the shift? It's about taking back control, not by dominating someone else, but by mastering your own role in the conversation.
And that's the thought we want to leave you with today. Our source material basically frames your whole life as one long negotiation between your inner self and the outside world. So the final question for you to chew on is this. In that very personal, very real negotiation, are you winning